You're gonna have the
Sorry.
light on.
Mm.
Today, there are many more hybrids on the road than ever before, and you soon may find yourself behind the wheel of one of these super efficient vehicles. They operate the same as any other car, but they work much differently. The biggest difference being that they are super efficient compared to the traditional combustible gasoline engine. I recently went car shopping and I decided to test drive a hybrid. When I turned the key in the ignition, I noticed the engine didn't start. I thought the battery was dead, but actually it was started and ready to go. While in the electric mode, it is extremely quiet. Since hybrids work differently, it is important to know how to get the most out of these super efficient vehicles. The three things to know while driving a hybrid is braking, electric mode, and power. Do you know how the batteries recharge in a hybrid? Do you know that it gets more miles per gallon in the streets in the city than it does on a highway? That's because of regenerative braking. The best way to recharge your battery is simply by braking gently. Electric vehicles and hybrids use the kinetic energy from the heat dissipated from the brakes to recharge the electric motor. So that means the more gentle braking you use, the more electricity is going to be recharging your electric motor. Also, while driving downhill or coasting along, the kinetic energy from the spinning wheels will also recharge your battery. To get the best miles per gallon out of a hybrid, you want to keep it in EV mode. What that is electric vehicle mode. While in this mode, your hybrid is not consuming any gasoline. That means fewer stops at the gas station and more money in your pocket. By saving the money, you'll also be cutting back on your carbon dioxide emissions. In fact, you can get up to 50 miles per gallon with a hybrid if driven correctly. Unlike purely electric vehicles, you can also run the engine on the traditional combustible gasoline engine. This means that when not in use, you do not need to plug your hybrid in. When your battery is low, you will be propelled along the road with the traditional combustible engine. Unlike EV mode, you can hear the pistons move up and down and feel the engine move you along. Keep in mind, while driving in this power mode, you will be consuming gasoline. While in this mode, your batteries will be getting recharged, but the best way to recharge the battery is through the regenerative braking and coasting along. The complex computer system in a hybrid will switch you seamlessly between the power engine and the electric motor. This computer gathers information from sensors on the car. These include temperature, acceleration, speed, and the load on the vehicle. This will determine whether your vehicle is running in EV mode or using the power combustible engine to propel you along. While driving a hybrid is just like any other car, now you know how to get the most out of it. You'll be able to identify EV mode power mode, and how to use the brakes to re-energize your electric motor. Also, you'll know that staying in EV mode will get you the best miles per gallon possible. After all, why drive a hybrid if you aren't going to drive it for what it is? A super efficient, environmentally friendly, money-saving machine. And now we'll have a short presentation on what you'll see while driving a hybrid. I will narrate the video as it goes along and point out what you need to know. So when you start it, it starts like any other car, except you'll start it and you will see it is an electric vehicle or EV mode. That's why it is extremely quiet when you start them. This particular model has leaves that will grow and disappear depending on how you are driving. The more gasoline you use, the less leaves there will be. And the more it is in EV mode while driving, you will see more leaves on the dash. So this right here is the battery display. So that will just tell you how much power you have for your battery. If you notice, it switched to engine mode. That's the engine symbol. And the battery is now recharging. So your power is coming from the engine, which means the battery for the electric motor is also recharging. If you notice, this is because we're just idling, and it will need to keep that battery recharged. And if you can remember, we've lost a leaf there. So now we're driving, and it is in electric vehicle mode, your EV mode for short. And the more you accelerate, the more power it's going to use. And also, you'll notice here the electric power going down. Now, if you accelerate quickly, it uses power source from both. And now you can see with your regenerative braking, as we brake, it also powers up the EV. It uses the regenerative braking to power up the electric motor. I believe we should be able to see it's in EV mode and electric mode. We just lost the leaf, we got it back. This is a current mile per gallon reading. So what I'd like to do is use EV mode, which will drain the battery as I accelerate, to make sure you get the best possible fuel efficiency. The longer you can keep it in this EV mode, the best miles per gallon you can possibly get. So as of now, you're not even consuming any regular gasoline. And as you saw, it's over 60. And then as you brake, of course, you'll notice it's taking that energy and refilling the electric engine. I believe we are now pulling in. You'll see as we stop here, it's just in electric mode. And this will stay in electric mode until it needs to recharge. Got a couple more leaves. This is when you turn it off, it will show you the distance that you traveled, what your fuel economy was used, and just how much gas you've used in that trip. Thank you for watching my informative essay on how to drive a hybrid efficiently.